Dela writes, my MVVs, welcome. Report reaching us right now is that the alleged hidden scroll of Ile Ife had predicted Queen Naomi and Oloris' fate and exposed how Queen Naomi was set up to be arrested by other Oloris. Like, this had been predicted, and it's been on the scroll, like it's been there since sometime last year. But of course, they were not able to set their hands on it until recently, when all of this exposition and everything has been going on. Now, as we heard, for centuries, deep within the sacred chamber of the Ifa shrine in Ile Ife, you know, lay the Awon Iwe Asa Olodumare. I am sorry, I'll continue to apologize, okay, for all the pronunciation issues here, okay? Please, for those who take it personal, do not take it personal. I love the Yoruba culture. I have nothing against it. And when you see me do this gist, it's because I am fascinated by the Yoruba culture and tradition, okay? And so, it said that for centuries, deep within the sacred chamber of Ifa shrine in Ile Ife, inside the palace, okay? Of course, the Awon Iwe Ase Olodumare, okay, had been hidden there, the hidden scroll of Ife. They said these ancient parchment written in the language of the gods were said to hold prophecies about the future of the Yoruba kingdom. It was believed that only a true queen of divine calling could unlock their secret, okay? Few knew of the scroll existence, and even fewer dared to search for them. But as you know, whispers of Queen Naomi's possible reinstatement spread across the kingdom, a revered Ifa priest, which is the Yanifa, and another Ifa priest again called Baba Ogumola, declared that the scroll had spoken once again, okay? The prophecy foretold a woman of light cast out by envy, yet destined to return and restore balance. It's also one of treachery, a trap set by women of the palace, one that would lead to the unjust fall of the chosen one, that is the Oni of Ife, okay? Now, that if they don't wash it well, that this time it's not going to be business as usual. Anybody who tries anything, things will happen in the palace. Consequences will be, you know, shared accordingly, okay? Now, months before Queen Naomi walked away from the palace, a silent war had already begun. The other Oloris, led by the ambitious and spiritually cunning, you know, according to, as we are hearing, I'm not the one who said it though. The other Oloris, led by the ambitious and spiritually cunning, you know, Queen Ebony, grew restless. They knew that despite their position, Queen Naomi had something they never could: the heart of the gods and the favor of the people, okay? She was loved for her grace and purity, while they were often seen as mere political ornament. They whispered in the palace corridors grew louder. Queen Naomi had to be removed, not by force, but by disgrace. Yes, you see, this again reaffirms, like they are saying, because these are deep secrets coming from the inside. Now, I know that you people are sensible enough to know when people are making up stories and when stories are coming from genuine sources. I know you know, okay? So if you compare the stories that I bring to you and compare and contrast, you know the difference. I don't need to explain that to you, okay? Now, they said that because of this reinstatement of Queen Naomi, a lot is being open. A lot is coming to the open, okay? Now, the Secret Council of the Oloris, you know, was formed and a plan was devised. They would frame Queen Naomi for a crime so severe that Oni would have no choice but to abandon her. Jesus! Hey, a woman of grace, Queen Naomi. Now, this whole thing started with a forged document, an accusation that Queen Naomi had conspired with outsiders to tarnish the Oonis name. A false witness appeared, a palace guard bribe with wealth and a promise of protection was brought forward to swear that he had seen the queen engage in sacred dealings against the throne. Yes, this was one of the things that they said about her that was not true. And this palace guard, long ago, he has been removed from the palace because, of course, Ooni of Ife knew that that was a lie. Now, the Oloris then influenced key elders and palace officials, ensuring that when the time came, no one would defend her. A day was chosen for Queen Naomi's, public disgrace, and, Ooni of Ife continued to sit on it. And they kept going round and round and round and round. You saw what happened last year when some people came out and say something about money, and or at the end of the day, they tried to tie it around Queen Naomi, among other things that have been happening to that innocent girl, okay? Then, at some point, they now decided that they were going to do something more difficult, more serious, that will get Ooni of Ife to abandon her. They went both spiritually and otherwise, and they cooked up this thing that happened during her event. They knew that she was going to host an event, but unfortunately, sometimes when you do things like this, there's usually what we call collateral damage, and this collateral damage affected the lives of people because everybody who went and had that issue on that event, the stampede, where people's joy, happiness, and all of that. And that is why you see, I don't even like to stretch this issue because it's very painful. Now, they said that on the scroll, the event that happened on the 18th of December 2024, an unforgotten day, a day that will never be erased from the memories of Queen Naomi and those who love Queen Naomi. They said that they masterminded everything. Their plan was to ensure that Naomi does not come out of it. Their plan was to ensure that Naomi stays locked up. Their plan was to ensure that Kabiyesi abandons Olori Naomi just because they do not know the depth of, the relationship that Olori Naomi shares with the Ooni of Ife. Now, with the information that is coming right now, I think they have an idea of how great this relationship is, and the depth of the relationship is something that they do not have the capacity of breaking. They say that everything, was, found inside the scroll, and everybody is so shocked. They said that as dawn breaks, the scroll were brought before the elders. The word that appeared confirms everything. The Oloris had plotted against Queen Naomi, and their action had offended the gods. The Ooni, torn between his royal duty and his emotion, demanded answer. One by one, the conspirators have been summoned, okay? That is the event I'm going to bring to you. I'm going to bring you update on everything that is going on. Now, under the weight of divine judgment, one of them broke down and confessed, and they have been confessing. Like they have been confessing, the drum has been, beating, and they keep coming out to confess. I'm going to bring you details. Do not forget that these are all alleged, rumored, unverified, speculated information making the rounds on social media, should not be seen as fact.